Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and talk about motivation, meditation, and inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. So let's go ahead and start looking at today how we can get ourselves into a better way of focus. So as we start to look at focus, we start to identify that it is actually an absorption. We put ourselves in a place where the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis we can overcome. Then those challenges that we face off against on a daily basis become a little bit easier to do. So how can we make our days a little more successful, a little more available to you being yourself? So what are some of the ways that we can actually get into the focus of ourselves? So if we allow the Most High Creator of this universe to work through us, if we put ourselves in a place where the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis we can overcome, then ultimately what we're doing is giving ourselves the ability to utilize the tools that we do have. And so, like I was saying, it's never about the tools that you don't have. It's always about the tools that you do have and what you do with the tools that you have. So if you ask yourself, is your day about motivation? Is your day about inspiration? Is your day about meditation? And if you go into this place, and this place that you go inside every day is meditation, and the things that you do on your daily, give you the ability to be that driver, to be that singer, to be that artist, to be that writer, to be that person, to be able to live your every single day, then it's ultimately going to come down to you versus you. At some point, everything is going to work against you. Everything is going to not be on your side. And you're going to have to go inside of yourself. And you're going to have to ask yourself, is this what I really want? Is this the place that I really want to be? Are these the type of challenges that I want to face off against on a daily basis? And the person who's willing to ask themselves these type of questions, they're willing to go inside of themselves and say, hey, what I got inside is sufficient. What challenges I face off against on a daily basis, I can overcome. That person who gives themselves that ability to get to that place ultimately starts to find that the challenges that they face off against on a daily basis are able to be overcome. And so as other people start to identify with this, as other people start to recognize that the challenges that you face off against, you can overcome, they're going to start taking note. And not always it's not going to be good note. Sometimes it's going to be positivity in a different way. Sometimes the positivity that you're going to get from it is going to come from within. Sometimes it's going to be that other people are not going to be working for you, but in fact against you to help you to grow. So as you focus, as you put yourself in this place, as you give yourself the ability to become that person, ultimately it's going to come down to how well you use this universe and the tools that you have available to you. So that's why utilizing the tools that you have and not what you don't have really matters. Because when you get down to what really matters inside, when you get to that place where what you got inside of yourself is what matters, then ultimately you have a chance. And you have a chance to start doing the things and becoming the person that you want to become. And a lot of people are going to test you. They're going to ask you, is this what you really want? Is this the place you really want to be? Are these the challenges that you want to face off against? And when you see that, when you put yourself in that place, when you give yourself the ability to become that person, that no matter how hard the situation is, I'm going to be focused. No matter how hard the situation is, I'm going to overcome it. I am going to allow it to help me to find the focus inside of myself. Then ultimately what you're doing is you're giving yourself the ability to be you. When you look inside of who you are and you start to write down, I know I like this, I do this, I do this challenge comes in front of me, and you start to overcome those challenges. When those challenges no longer have the ability to affect you, when those challenges no longer have a place to stop you from yourself, when you get to that place where no matter how hard the situation is, you're going to overcome it, then ultimately there's no excuses. There's only the ability to go within. And when we're not looking for somebody else to save us from ourselves, when we're not looking outwards, but we're looking at what's going on inside, then we have the ability to truly focus. When we put ourselves in such a way that the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis are growth, then other people start to utilize what you do have. And there's going to be people who are going to see a positivity in what you are, and they're going to see a negativity. What most matters is your relationship with the Most High. Your connection with this universe in such a way that you have the ability to utilize the simplicity of yourself, where the challenge that you face off against on a daily basis are determined ultimately by yourself. That is a huge key in this world. It is a part of our journey to get to that place where the external becomes a reflection of our own level of focus. When we give ourselves that ability, when we recognize what we have inside is something so great that this world needs your focus, that there's stuff in this world that you can do better than any other person. When you believe in yourself with that level of focus, then ultimately the things that would be in your way move out of your way. Now, a lot of times we're looking for other people to do it for us instead of enjoying the process ourselves. There's no point in other people living your life for you. When you live your life for you, when you put yourself in that place where what you go through on a daily basis, you have the ability to overcome, then ultimately what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to become a reflection known as motivation. When you start to achieve these, and these dreams start to become possible, and when you don't think that you have the ability, and you find the ability in yourself to stand strong within, to get to that place of focus, to utilize the connection, to untwist the things that are twisted, and to start to see the simplicity of just being yourself, then ultimately what happens is the external becomes a reflection. When we start to enjoy the process, we allow ourselves to be here and present inside of who we are. When we allow ourselves that kind of strength, that type of growth allows us to be a tool in this universe. When this universe has the ability to utilize you, then what happens is the universe sees the tools that you have inside of yourself. It starts to recognize that what you got is something that this universe needs. When you recognize that what you got from your level of focus is achievable, it ultimately comes down to the tools that you do have and how you utilize the tools that you do have. So, as we look at that level of focus, as we put ourselves in a place where what is coming out of us is the reflection of our levels of focus, as we put ourselves into a place where the reflection shines outwards, ultimately we have a chance for this universe to use the tools that you have. The Most High gave you special gifts inside, gave you special abilities, gave you the ability to have a reflection outwards. Utilizing the level of focus that you have ultimately gives you the ability to free yourself from things that are not you. So when we utilize tools like speaking ourselves, like giving ourselves the ability to reflect outwards from within ourselves, we are ultimately serving the Most High in such a way that we're utilizing this universe. As we utilize what the creator of this universe has given to us, as we put these blessings to use on a daily basis, as we recognize the challenges that we face off against, as we give ourselves the ability to get to that place of focus where stuff moves out of the way if it's not a part of our focus, if it's not a part of our journey, it ultimately will move out of your way. If it's not meant to be a part of your focus, then ultimately it's not meant to be a part of your day. So as you start to put yourself in a place where you achieve the challenges that you face off against, then the things that you are, the person that you are, comes from your process. This process of focus is an inwards. The reflection, which is identified by other people, is known as motivation. So if you're asking yourself, am I motivated? Look at other people who are motivated, and you will start to notice that motivation comes from a level of focus. Motivation comes from the ability for the people around you to see you as focused, from the goals and the tasks that you choose to take on, that the challenges that you face off against on your daily basis, on your journey. And so when we look at how we can utilize these things, they start to open themselves up to us. One of these ways, one of these tools that I've learned to use is the ability to speak it out, the ability to express oneself in such a way that the focus inside of themselves radiates outwards from within who they are. As we give ourselves the ability to use the different parts of the human being's level of focus, such as expression, such as the ability to help other people with our level of focus, this universe starts to realize that you are something special. That is when blessings start coming your way. When you focus to the point where what you leave people with is a blessing on a daily basis, then ultimately, as well yourself, you become a blessing. And so, if we allow everything that we do in our day to become a process, if the process of starting your day is your grounding foundation, if putting a video out, reading your scrolls, putting yourself in a place where you utilize the challenges that you have on a daily become a part of your process, then all of a sudden you'll start to notice that little rituals will start to come up, little abilities for you to achieve goals one by one. Now, as these goals come up, and as you put yourself in a place of mastery, where what you have inside shines outwards from within you, as you give yourself that place, as the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis, you ultimately start to overcome, then what people will recognize with you as strong, they will see that the person that you are inside is focused. This means that you are utilizing the absorption of what you have. This means that this universe created by the Most High is working in you. When you give yourself the ability to recognize that the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis were tailored designed for you to focus through, were tailored designed for you to grow from, we're testing your level of focus, testing your ability to go inwards, where what you have inside of you becomes a reflection on the outside, where the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis, you have the ability to overcome. Then, and only then, will people start to call you a motivation. When your level of focus in any given subject hits a place where this universe has the ability to use you, then motivational process is working through you. Allowing yourself to study motivation, allowing yourself to get to that place of focus inside of who you are, to get to that place of growth, to where the external becomes that reflection. Ask yourself these types of questions. Do I have what it takes? Can I get down to a level of focus? Can I use what I have inside of me? And when you start asking these types of questions, go inwards. No more excuses, no more reasons it's somebody else, some other reason, some other place. Because what I got inside of myself is enough. What I got is a blessing from the Most High. I am focused. I have the ability to get to that place. And when you ask yourself these types of questions, it might be a place where you're putting yourself in check. I'm not a spoon. I'm not a fork. I am a knife in this universe. I am here to create massive ripples. I'm here to change people's thought process in such a way that they utilize what they got. What you got inside of yourself is a level of focus. And let's get down to that place. Let's utilize these challenges that you face off against so that you can overcome them. Let's get down with who we are. Let's get to that place of focus where the external reflection comes from within ourselves, where the level of grind on a daily basis comes down to your level of focus, where we no longer need an excuse or somebody else to do it for us. What is coming out of us comes from within. And so when we ask ourselves these types of questions, we give ourselves the ability to write stuff down. We give ourselves the ability to get to that place of focus where what we have inside of ourselves becomes a reflection on the outside. Then we utilize what we truly have. We recognize this universe created us in such a way that we utilize the energies of this universe with our levels of focus. When we walk in this universe was created and prepared for us by the Most High. Recognizing that the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis were meant for us to focus through. That is the point. The point is to get there with yourself. Get to that place where what you got inside is enough. Challenge yourself to the point where you focused. Challenge yourself to the point where others might not go. Getting to that focus inside of who you are, where this universe was created in such a way that the power inside of yourself is greater than you, that the Most High created you as a blessing in this universe, where what you walk and how you focus and what you focus on, you for sure become the best of the things that you do on a daily basis. In other words, you were designed to not just be little in this universe. You were designed by the Most High Creator to get to that place of focus where other people would see you as a motivation, where you could recognize their level of focus. When they share those type of stories, the spoons and the forks, you can enjoy their levels of focus. Where when you feast with the knowledge of extraction, you gain the full story, where the lesson from within shines outwards, where the reflection is ultimately what people identify with you as. When you go to that point, when you get to that place where what you got inside of yourself is enough, are you hearing me? The tools that you need are within you. It's always been there. It's waiting for you to get to that place where you put yourself straight, where you get down to that focus, where the reflection shines outwards from within who you are. Identify with the challenges that you face off against. Write them down. Put them in front of you. Speak them out. Put them in such a place that you align yourself with you, where you become your best ally, where no matter the challenge you face off against, with you versus you, you can do this. Where the victory comes from within you, from your level of focus, where what comes outwards, other people cannot deny. You are a motivation. You see that within yourselves. Get to that place of focus. Gain that strength. Let others identify that strength from your level of focus. Where this world was created for you. This world by the Most High, since you've had a breath inside of your body, is yours. When you take it with the bull at the horns and you grab and you hold, and that bull fights you and you dominate, when you give yourself that ability to get to that place of focus, where those challenges come within you, where even the waters turn at the thought of your level of focus, where even the ability to walk is a place from the Most High given to you. The blessings that come your day, the blessings that come your wake, I'm talking to shake this world's universe from a place where the Most High is, from the universe that was created for you and I to use. I'm talking to all of you, telling you the blessings from today, tomorrow, next week. They're available to you if you can get to the place where focus comes from within. I'm telling you, if you can utilize the tools that you do have and not the ones that you don't have, and you can focus into the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis, that you can overcome them. When you have the ability to go within yourself, when you get to that place where it's you versus you, and the focus inside of you becomes a reflection outwards, then ultimately there is no challenge that you can't overcome. It comes down to you versus you. And when we look inside of ourselves with our level of focus, when we get to that place where you got this, where what's going on comes down to your ability to write stuff down. When you recognize that a person is writing stuff down on a daily basis and they're hammering away at it, I'm going to do this and I'm going to achieve this and I'm going to achieve this. And they get to that place of focus where other people would just give up. They would just literally give up and you are still going. Then what you are doing is using the universe the way the Most High created it for you. What blessings do we have when we recognize that the Most High created a universe for us? What blessings do we have when we leave other people with blessings? What blessings do we have when we recognize that we can be present in our level of focus, where what we have is the ability to have an able mentality, that there is no such thing as a disability, there's only a disabled mindset, that there is no such thing as a challenge that we can overcome if we're willing to go inwards, where the reflection from the inside shines outwards from within who you are. Can you recognize that the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis come down to your willingness to set yourself up and to put yourself in the place where the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis you can overcome? Recognize that being present here is what matters. Putting ourselves in a place where our focus achieves our goals. Putting ourselves in a place where our focus achieves our days. It achieves our ability to start our days off properly. Breaks down to the foods that we put into our systems, the thoughts that we think, and the ability to focus into positivity. We get to this place. There is nothing that we cannot overcome. There is no challenge too big for the one that can go within. When we find that within ourselves, we find that place where the growth comes from within what we have. We give ourselves that ability to overcome. Then what we're finding is a communication with the Most High at a higher level, where focus becomes an inwards absorption, and the reflection utilizes this universal law, which is known as Newton's third law of motion. You are both mass and energy. The great scientists of the world recognize this. They've put it in such a way that this universe is utilizable. When you dominate your level of focus, when you get to that place where there's nobody that's going to stop you from being yourself, where the challenges that you face off against and the focus that you have inside of yourself shines outwards, when you recognize you have that ability to communicate with the Most High from your level of focus, where you can utilize this universe, it will have the ability to utilize you. And that's why, if it's not positive, it moves out of the way. It's not that the negatives won't come. It's that you can recognize the positivity in the negative. That you can recognize the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis are not there to bring you down. They're ultimately there to help you to grow. They're there to become a reflection on the outside of the process, which people identify with a level of focus. So when you look at that and you see yourself in that place, then what we're saying to ourselves is, yo, let's get up. Let's get going. Let's get this day on. Let's get down with ourselves. Let's grind. Let's get inwards and start to say to ourselves, you got this. Let's put ourselves in a place where the challenges that we face off against are our own choices. Let's get to that place where the focus comes from within ourselves, that if we take on a task, we're going to do the best at it. That we take on less tasks and we do them better. Or the tasks that we take on a daily basis give us the ability to see what it really is. And you know what it is? It's you versus you. It's me versus me. And there's no one coming to save us. There's no person coming to save us. The Most High has created you to overcome your challenges. When the Savior came to this world, he elevated to the point where he recognized what ultimately mattered was the communication with the universe and the Most High. You might call me a hippie in the world. You might call me whatever. It doesn't matter if you look at it as a negative or positive, because I am not a fork. I am not a spoon. I am a knife. I strike this universe in such a way from a level of focus above thyself, to where the reflection comes from within as a reflection outwards. I'm talking to that person in that dark room, in that place. I'm telling you, you got it inside of yourself. Get down with the tools that you do have. Put yourself in that place where the tools that you have inside of yourself start to become a reflection on the outside, where the things that come from the outside come from your manifestation of your own absorption, of your own focus, where what you got is enough. The challenges that you face off against aren't too big for you. They were meant and they were tailored just for you by the Most High. We get to this place when we grind with ourselves, when we go inside, we get down with who we are, we give ourselves that ability to overcome the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis. We get down to that person that we are inside, and we recognize that these challenges are only there for us to overcome. We focus to that point where we recognize that motivation is a process, where the challenges that we face off against on a daily basis are meant for our growth. When we get to that place where that reflection shines outwards from within you, where the absorption comes in inwards, let's start getting to that place where the focus puts us as a classroom, where the classroom of you is important, where what you have inside of yourself is reflecting outwards. Oh, you are so beautiful. Oh, the challenges that you face off against are so great. And yes, they were meant for you. Yes, they're here for you to find that place inside of yourself. And that's why you have an inwards breath. That breath is the connection to focus. That breath is that place where you can get down to that grind inside of yourself, where what you have on the outside is yet but a reflection. We see this when we walk in this world with that kind of energy, when we put this type of thing inside of ourselves where the Most High works through you, where you become a white light in this universe. Ooh, so beautiful is that focus. Ooh, so beautiful is that place. Ooh, so beautiful is the ability to go within. We utilize this. We use this on a daily basis where we get into our focus, where we get to that place where what we're writing down starts to come inwards, where that absorption is inside of you, where you start to focus so much that the things that you do on the outside become able, where you become available with you, where you are present with you, where there is no blocks between you and you. When you start to get down with the person that you are inside, where the grind inside of you is so great that there is no need for an excuse. There is no need for a place outside of yourself. There is no need to go anywhere else but to be right here. Ooh, when we get to that place of focus, when we get down with ourselves, when we get inwards, where the reflection shines outwards, what we're absorbing is being written, spoken, read, thought, listened to. When we get to that place of focus, where we utilize this on a daily basis, where we utilize it on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, we get present in our days, our weeks, our months, and our years, where the focus inside of ourselves heats up, where what we have inside of ourselves is being utilized by the Most High, where other people recognize the utilization, where this universe created you for the communication with the Most High in such a way that it created you, tailor-made you, so that you can be a part where the light will shine through you, where you can utilize your inner focus. When you start to go inwards with your focus, when you start to truly connect with yourself, when you go into who you truly are, when you get into that person and you start to get to that place of focus where you become the student inside the classroom of you, when you get to that place where the challenges that you face off against were made personally for you, when you create the thought process, when you give yourself that kind of process where the focus is getting down and it starts to get into the energy fields within your body, when you start to overcome these types of challenges, where you get to the place where you start to break that down from your level of focus, when you get into that place inside of yourself, where what you have is you versus you, and the lessons of the past become lessons, where you can get to that knowledge, to get to that focus, to become so focused that you have the ability to extract the knowledge inside of yourself. When you ask yourself those types of questions, what do I got? Who am I? Where am I? When you get down to that person inside of you, when you see that little person inside of you, when you wake up inside, when that focus inside of yourself starts to shine outwards and that radiation starts to come to life, where what you are is a blessing of the Most High, where this universe created you to breathe life into this world, where even your very breath is so important to your knowledge, where you're so present in your everyday, where you have the ability for others to see that kind of light shining out of you, that what they see inside of you was given by the Most High, where this universe has nothing but to identify with you as a knowledge in this universe. When what you become reflects, what you become is your absorption. What you become is present as a student inside of the classroom. And when you are the classroom, and the ability to utilize this classroom becomes a reflection outwards, when the knowledge inside of you gives you the ability to be in that study, when you give yourself the ability to be in that place, when you give yourself the ability to go within and the external becomes a reflection, then we start to utilize this universe. When we are the classroom, when we are the student and the teacher at the same time learning the process, when we start to study ourselves, we start to study the knowledge inside of ourselves, when we liberate ourselves from the emotions that try to hold us back from that knowledge, we focus past them, when they move out of the way, allowing you to have the knowledge to overcome the challenges within ourselves, this is when the Most High puts the light inside of you. This is when the Most High has the ability to utilize you, when the universe has the ability to be utilized in such a way that there is no reason for an excuse anymore from you versus you. With your connection with this universe and the Creator at the Most High, when we look inwards to that point, when we utilize it in such a way that we are a blessing, when we give ourselves the ability to be a blessing for other people, where the light shines outwards, when we're present inside this classroom, where the lessons and the stories are available to you and I, then, and only then, can we call you a light in this universe. When you start to extract from your level of focus, and it starts to shine outwards from every energy field within the human being created by the Most High, when we give ourselves that place where we become one with the Creator, when the Creator created you for a special blessing in this universe to understand and recognize others' paths, when we give yourself the ability to be that blessing. After all, you are a blessing from the Most High. And I want you to know on this day that you are a light in this universe. You have knowledge inside of yourselves. You have a place to grow. You have blessings to be. From here to Dubai, to India, to Mongolia, to Australia, to Croatia, to Madrid, to Vancouver. All those within the knowledge of themselves, all those within the growths within themselves, to Arizona, to the arid light within the universe, within each of you that are blessings upon this earth. I want you to start to wake up. I want you to start to see that there are blindfolds being removed in this universe, where the knowledge within yourselves are starting to hit a place of extraction, where even the vibrations of the ground have opened its light from the God. From the highest, the Most High in this universe has created you all. They have created you in such a way that the blessings within you are so great. And I want to make a movement in this universe that we see ourselves and we untwist and put into this path a light of connection between focus in such a way that the liberation of your knowledge inside of each of you becomes a light, where the light inside of you becomes a reflection, where others identify with you and the connection within yourself from your levels of knowledge with the paths and these journeys that you are on, that you become free of the emotion, where you elevate yourself past the place of the training of time and organization, where time and organization just becomes a part of you, where you get into the place of the knowledge of focus within yourselves, where what we do on a daily basis becomes a part of our daily tasks, where they come from our levels of focus and our knowledge that we get to that place where the inner knowledge becomes extracted, where we are patient with ourselves. That's right, I said patient with yourself. Give yourself the time to get to that place. Give yourself the time to go within you. Give yourself the ability to go outwards. Let's go ahead and start talking about how we can create ripples in this universe. As I finish my morning shake. When you connect with what you got inside of you, when you put yourself in the classroom of you, when you put the knowledge and the focus together, when you become the discipline, then what you're ultimately doing is having a true connection with the Most High. You are having a true connection with the discipline, and you are starting to get the point of being yourself. And what you have inside of yourself is that discipline. Where what you have inside of yourself is centered. Where it is within you to focus. It is within you to become a reflection. Where the people around you find that kind of discipline as a place of inspiration, where the ripples from within yourself create wakes, where the wind even turns in your direction, where you start to recognize that your knowledge and your focus with your discipline puts your whole being together. When your whole being is together, then what you're utilizing is the Most High in you. When the Most High has the ability to work in you, this universe starts to see the light inside of each and every single one of you. When you connect with the tasks that you have from your level of focus and the knowledge inside of yourself, and you put your whole self into a discipline, when you put your whole self into this discipline, then what happens? The universe works through you. When you give yourself that ability to use this universe in such a way that you become a blessing in this universe, you yet but cannot deny that a process of the Most High working through you is happening. When the Most High has the ability to work through you, the people around you start to see that. The wind starts moving in your direction. It makes it a little bit lighter for them. It makes a light in this universe a little bit brighter. When it has the ability to move a little bit brighter because it's working through you, then me and you and everyone in this universe has the ability to see the beauty within yourself. And there are many that have reached this place. We see them all the time when people come even thousands of years later. They look at those paintings of the Monets. They look at the places from within themselves. They see what they got going on is important. They see the challenges that they face off against a little bit lighter. They see what they got inside of themselves a little brighter. They shine a little more. It's just a little bit easier for their day. It's just a little bit easier for their week. Ooh, so beautiful, the Most High's relationship with us. The ability to utilize in such a way that the blessings that come from within us shine outwards. And ultimately utilizing the creation which was created by the Most High. We utilize the connection that we have with ourselves. We give ourselves the ability to be a tool in this universe, that we're centered within ourselves, where the Most High has the ability to work through you and I and everybody. Then what we do and what we become are tools in this universe. So ask yourselves, are you becoming a tool? Are you being able to be used in such a way that the positivity is coming out of you, that it is radiating in this universe, that you can become a light in this universe? And I'm telling you, if you allow your knowledge and your focus to come outwards from within yourself, if you're putting yourself in the place where you are the reflection, then others will see that, and this world's going to become a much more beautiful place. I'm not here to spoon feed. I'm here to be a knife in this universe that extracts. Some people pick up food with a fork, but you cannot cut it without a knife. In this universe, I am a knife. I am the one that cuts through like a slice, saying, the Most High created you as a blessing. The Most High created you in such a way that you have the ability to utilize this universe. The Most High created you so that you would utilize your day, your week, your month, your year. He wants you to be a part of this, wants you to connect with this and to see it as a blessing, that what we have is worth it. You are worth it. The knowledge that you have inside of yourself is worth it. The journey that you are on individually is worth it. That centering within yourself is worth it. That path that you're going on is worth it. That relationship with the Most High Creator of this universe is worth it. When we look at any thought process and we start to find the positivity in it, we start to find the utilization of it, we start to recognize with the communication of it, we get to that place within ourselves. Then we have the ability to utilize our focus and our knowledge in the classrooms of you and I. We utilize the classroom, we utilize the ability to become that light. When our focus and our knowledge hits true center, where the communication from within ourselves becomes a reflection outwards, then we have the ability to break down barriers. Then walls within can be unlearned. We can overcome the challenges of our everyday. We can make things that others might call impossible, possible. We can overcome what others might call. And so let them be the ones that call you things. We call ourselves focused. We call ourselves knowledge. We call ourselves discipline. We call ourselves a reflection. And that reflection is what you identify with. And that is an inspiration. So if you want to know me for anything, know me for an inspiration in this universe. Know me for being a light that uplifted your own. Know me for a person who said to that person in that dark place, let's get down with ourselves. Let's get to that place where we grind. Let's not put any more excuses why he or she or anybody can stop you from being yourself. Let's get down with ourselves and reflect outwards. And let's get this thing straight. Let's get this place inside of ourselves working in such a way that this universe is a center. When you walk in this universe, that you dominate it, that you were meant by the Most High, you were sent by the Most High in such a way that the reflection uplifts other people, where they see these wakes in this universe, and that you are not stopping from being that person. You are not stopping from that reflection outwards, where what you got inside of yourself is something so special that the knowledge and the lessons within you radiate outwards. Walking in this universe is you. Crawling in this universe is you. Singing in this universe is you. Giving yourself that ability to be yourself. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Utilize your knowledge and your focus in a positive way. Utilize every situation to turn it into a positive, to keep this body in motion in such a way that we flow with the energy within ourselves, where the energy within ourselves reflects outwards, where what we got going on inside shines. Those lights inside of each and individually one of you is beautiful. You are so beautiful reflection. And there are grounds in this universe, and there are beautiful flowers, and there are abilities for them to spread their wings within the grounds of this universe, and for those universal grounds and those Shivas and those Shaktis to work in this universe where we recognize the connection that bypasses what others would call a place or a barrier, where we can go within ourselves to overcome all challenges, to recognize that what we have inside of ourselves makes us the most high, and the connection with the Buddha, and the connection with the Christ, and the connection with the most high creator of this universe is within us all. I'm talking to all people amongst the earth. I'm talking to all abilities and all angles, utilizing our levels of focus and our knowledge and our places within ourselves to center ourselves where the most high creator of this universe can work through you, where the light within yourself shines outwards just a little bit brighter, where the people around you identify with you. They have the ability to see you walking in this universe. They have the ability to see the blessings that you can provide, where you can be used as that tool to that person who needs to be told bless you instead of just a simple thank you. Where we get within ourselves, where the reflection shines outwards, where we become hunters in this universe and we stop being gatherers and we go out there and we use the tools that we do have and we utilize this universe in such a way that the blessings come from within. You all are beautiful. You all have that ability to go inwards. You all have the ability to get to that place. And we can all use the tools that we do have and never the tools that we don't have to become connected with our levels of knowledge and our focus, where we can overcome any challenge that hits us on a daily basis. We can overcome anything that we go through from our levels of focus and our knowledge to go inwards, to utilize our connection with ourselves. After all, every human being has the ability to breathe. As long as you have your breath and you have your focus and your knowledge is within you, you can become sharp like a knife. And that's how I cut through this universe, like a knife in this universe. Many want to spoon feed you. Many want to get their focus to the place where they can spoon feed you. I don't want to spoon feed you. I want to give you the ability to gain the tools within yourself to overcome the challenges that you have, so that this light within you can shine just a little brighter, to where the people next to you can shine just a little brighter, where you can give this universe just a little more, where you can become a little more in this universe, that those challenges that you can overcome become blessings, where the universe utilizes you as blessings and the reflection comes from within you. That's why you let other people call you that. It's as simple as becoming focused, knowledge, and discipline, and identifying with the reflections that are motivation, meditation, and inspiration. If it's not one of the three, then what is it? And that is the place where we have the ability to become the inspiration, the connection between the focus and the knowledge, to reflect outwards, to utilize the Buddhist stare, to utilize the ability to elevate ourselves to a place beyond where others might go, to where beyond thought is thought, beyond focus is focus. From within ourselves, we become a reflection. From within ourselves, we become a light. From within ourselves, we become the student and the teacher inside the classrooms of us, where we walk through barriers and walls, and we go through challenges that others might just give up on. Because what we recognize is ultimately we are a tool in this universe, and this universe has the ability to utilize you. And when you have the ability to create those kind of ripples, when you have the ability to uplift other people and they start to become uplifted, we have the ability to overcome the challenges within ourselves. We have the ability to become the reflection outwards. What we're utilizing on a daily basis is within ourselves. Ooh, so beautiful the challenges that you face. Ooh, so beautiful the ability for focus and knowledge to be utilized with a connection to a place of discipline. So let's get to that place of discipline together. Join my connection, motivation, meditation, inspiration, yoga. Let's go ahead and start getting you on a path to getting to that place where you can utilize these challenges to overcome them. Let's go ahead and start getting mentorship going to where you can elevate yourself past this, where other people will start to utilize you as a tool, where other people will start to utilize your challenges that you face off against, and how you can utilize your experiences and your knowledge within yourself to connect your level of focus with your knowledge where you are the discipline, where you are the light in this universe, where the people around you start to utilize and see from the light within yourselves, where they start to see that reflection shining outwards within who you are, where this universe has the ability to recognize you. As you see that within yourself, as you connect with those around you, as you only start to allow the positivity and you identify with everything in a positive angle, we put ourselves in that place where we utilize it. We give ourselves the ability to utilize the challenges that we do have. Then what we're doing is we're becoming a little bit brighter in this universe. We're giving ourselves the ability for this universe to use us just a little bit more. We're giving ourselves the ability to become a reflection outwards, to shine from within what we got. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you're in that dark room and you're in that place, recognize you are a light. You have the light inside of you. The Creator wants you to gain the focus inside of yourself that you can overcome these challenges. You can bypass these emotions. You can get to this place to bypass and to get to the lessons within yourself where the challenges that you face off against become a little bit easier. Where the challenges that you face off against you can overcome. Where the challenges that you face off against were meant for you. And the beauty inside of yourself is a reflection outwards. And the beauty inside of yourself is a place to grow. And the strength comes from the breath within your body. And as long as you have the focus and the knowledge, and you have that place within yourself which is identified as focus and knowledge, then the reflection outwards comes from within you. When you recognize that this is the best classroom you've ever had, when you recognize that this is the best place to be, when you recognize that your breath is your best friend, when you go within yourself and you recognize everything you have is that person, everything that you have inside of yourself is that place, when you become a tool in this universe and this universe has the ability to utilize you, when you have that within yourself, when you have that within the reflection, then others will start to call you an inspiration. Their lights will just shine a little bit brighter by you being there. It'll be just a little bit better for this world. The day becomes a little bit lighter, and those challenges that you face off against become a little bit easier because you're a little more focused. You're a little bit greater, and that is what others will recognize with you as a strength. Your connection creates these ripples in this universe, and this light needs you. It needs you to shine bright. It needs you to shine, and the people around you need you to allow yourself to be that light, to be that journey, to be that path, to face off against those types of challenges, to give yourself that ability to grow from within who you are. Ooh, you are so beautiful inside. You are so great inside of who you are. All of you have knowledge and focus, and you need a connection with you. Let's get this done together. Let's get this grind going. Let's get this place where what we got inside of ourselves reflects outwards. Connection, reflection, connection, reflection, the whole being, the whole self into it. Ooh, so smart was Bruce Lee when he said, you got to put your whole self into it. Recognizing that the inwards breath and the outwards breath and the utilization of this universe is such a special place for you and I and everyone to live, allowing ourselves to ultimately reflect outwards from our connection, overcoming and breaking down barriers and walls that were once impossible within ourselves become possible, where the journey and the path becomes a little bit brighter, where the light within ourselves brings us straight down the straight and narrow path. Ooh, the blessings of this universe and the knowledge inside of all of us. Utilization and the connection for us all to be together in a universe created by the Most High. Such a beautiful place, such a beautiful knowledge. Reflect outwards from within yourself. Allow the universe to utilize you and the universe within yourself to shine outwards from the blessings within you. I just want to bless you all. I want you to recognize the light that you have and the lights around you need you. And you can become an inspiration in this world, and you can create those type of ripples. As always, blessings, 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 and namaste.